Welcome back to The Word. I'm your host, Max Dutton, reporting for the Baker Orange. On this week's episode, we'll take a look at how students are reacting to the new set of stimulus checks coming in, cover Baker Theater's latest play, and end with the 2-minute drill. Before we get started, let's check out our weekly news rundown right from our staff here at the Baker Orange. The Baker Theater Department recently put on the production of Women Playing Hamlet. The play featured 4 actresses playing a total of 18 different roles. The play had a very special significance to it as it was the first live production since the pandemic happened, and it was director Tom Hyman's final show he will direct here at Baker after 17 years. Since the beginning of interterm, Baker University residence halls have not been allowing any guests into student rooms in order to prevent the spread of the coronavirus. However, on March 12th, the guest policies relaxed to allow 2 guests into every dorm. Every student at Baker University has to complete at least 1 degree audit with the registrar's office to ensure that they are on track to graduate. There has been some confusion about this process recently, so the Baker Orange staff wrote a story about it. It is recommended that students get multiple degree audits, with one taking place junior year and the second happening senior year, to make sure they are on track to graduate and have taken all the necessary courses, both for general education and their degrees. On Tuesday night, Michelle Deming, assistant professor of sociology, was the speaker for the latest lecture on March 15th. Her speech was titled Resilience, which was held at Rice Auditorium and live streamed via Zoom. This week, Marissa and Dara found out all you need to know about the new set of stimulus checks coming in. Let's see what they found out.
Hey Baker Wildcats, it's Marissa Shimke. Stimulus checks will begin arriving in bank accounts by direct deposit this weekend. Payments will provide up to $1,400 per individual. Let's see what Baker students know about stimulus checks.
Did I know there was another stimulus? Yes. No, I did.
Yes, I heard that.
I did. I've just seen stuff over social media.
No, I didn't know that there was another stimulus check.
A lot of people are out of a job and they want to have a job. Whether they want to or not doesn't matter, but a lot of people want to work and they just can't, and they're trying to make ends meet. They're trying to feed their families, so yeah, I think it's a good thing.
I think it's nice. I mean, obviously, I think people would enjoy getting stimulus checks.
I think that individuals need to be sort of looked at on how much they actually may need, because I know that lots of times stimulus check can be more than an individual needs or less than an individual needs. So I think they really need to sort of monitor who's getting what amount.
Many students are excited to get their stimulus checks. Be sure to check the IRS website on Monday to see the balance in your account. That's it for this week. I'm Marissa Shimke.
Now let's head over to Adam for the 2-minute drill. Take it away, Adam.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Adam Cook, and this is the 2-minute drill. Let's get right into it. We'll start off with men's and women's bowling, who made the long trip all the way to Lawrence, Kansas for the Jayhawk Challenge over the weekend. On Saturday, the teams competed in the first portion of the event, with the men's team finishing 6th of the 18 teams involved, and the women's team finishing 4th out of 17. On Sunday, both teams returned for day 2, where the men's team improved 1 spot, finishing 5th out of 17, and the women's team improved 2 spots, finishing 2nd. The Baker dance team made the trip to Jamestown, North Dakota this weekend for the NAI National Championships after earning 1 of the 3 at-large bids to the dance. There were 8 teams competing at nationals, and Baker finished 7th. Congrats to the squad on a very successful season, and we wish them the best of luck when they get back in action next year. It was a rainy Sunday afternoon, but your men's and women's soccer teams braved the elements to both face off against Morningside College. After a 30-minute lightning delay, the game went into overtime, tied at goose eggs, but Annabella Wiles had something to say about it when she scored the first and only goal of the game only 7 minutes into the first overtime, sending the Wildcats home with a 1-0 victory. The women's team is now 10-2 in the season and play at Liston again on March 20th against number 24 ranked Briarcliff Chargers. On the men's side of things, they took on the number 10 ranked Mustangs shortly after the conclusion of the women's game. The Mustangs jumped out to an early 2-0 lead, but Baker would cut it to 1 early in the second half. Unfortunately, the rest of the half was pretty offensively quiet as neither team was able to score again, ending in a 2-1 loss for the Wildcats, bringing their record down to 6-8 on the season. They hope to turn around in Hastings, Nebraska on March 20th when they take on number 25 ranked Hastings College at 5 p.m. The Baker baseball team hosted 2 in-conference doubleheaders over Monday and Tuesday against Missouri Valley College. In Game 1, sophomore Hunter Goody shoved a complete game shutout, picking up the 3-0 win for the Wildcats. In Game 2, the Cats came out swinging again, picking up a 6-4 dub. Moving on to Tuesday's doubleheader, another Wildcat arm shut down the Vikings when senior Riker Johnson held them to 1 run over a complete 7 innings, helping raise the Wildcats to a 2-1 victory. In the last game of the 4-game set, senior Dalton Doltmeyer also shut down the Vikings bats for the most part as he took a complete game shutout into 7 2/3 innings before giving up 5 runs with 2 outs in the inning. It It was no matter though, as the Cat Bats were hot and scored 13 in this one, ending a 13-5 win for the Wildcats. The 4 games bring the team's record back above 500 at 10-7 and are now 4-0 in conference play to begin the season. Thanks for tuning in to this week's 2-Minute Drill. We'll be back next week to give you the rundown on Wildcat sports from next week. We'll see you then. Back to you, Max.
Please don't throw that at me. This week's Wildcat of the Week goes to Elisa Robinson, Morgan May Guinness, Nicole Moore, and Jennifer Curry of the women's wrestling team. All 4 of them received All-American honors at the 2021 NAIA Wrestling National Invitational. Thanks for joining us on this episode of The Word. Remember to keep up to date with all things Baker Orange by following us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Baker Orange. While you're at it, you can also follow the Instagram and Twitter pages for our show at BU_The Word. See you next week.